Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Jimbo.
And I'm Kemper.
We are coming to you live from the stand. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Just
Cool.
hanging out.
Where is Mr. Smells? Well, you mean Bernie? Because Ernie gone.
Well, the original Bernie Smells is in Madison County Correctional Facility. But
yeah,
that's where I got that from, is when I seen Rosie, the trailer park mom, the one that busted Ernie in the mouth with the jar of peanut butter. She told him that on one of the little posts he made tagging her and Cody in it, talking shit before that fight. And she called him Bernie Smells then. So I was like, oh, that makes some good sense there.
Weekend
lived on.
Bernie Smells.
Right?
Only thing is that Bernie Smells ain't never had a place to host a weekend party. But I ain't heard nothing new on that little nugget. So that's good. That's what was the whole goal of. And listen, I don't know if you've noticed or not, because I know we both haven't been on YouTube as much. I don't think a lot of people have been on YouTube as much, but like that, take that piece of shit out of the equation, and the peace level is way up. Like, more people are getting along now than I've seen since I've been to YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still some hate, and most of it started because of Ernie between people. Some of it was just people being dumbasses and trying to flip flop and start trouble all the time.
Yeah.
But for the most part, most of the hate was either about or over Ernie.
Yeah.
So now that
or instigated by him.
Yeah, or instigated by him. Yeah, or started by him.
Yeah,
But
he tried that a lot with a lot of people.
Oh,
He
goodness.
figured.
Marino.
I was gonna say if he figured if he could weaken the bonds of the people that were coming at him, that he would be a winner in that situation.
Yeah. Hey, Penny Positive, Paige, Mr. Nobody, what's up? Our Queen Ashley's in the house. Kim, how you doing? Skunk, what up? Tennessee Mountain Anna, good to see you. October, Love and Grace. We got several. Hey, Markella, she said she'd be back in a bit. What y'all talking about? Is there a Bernie in the chat or something? I seen somebody.
I've not seen anybody. I just see him talking about it.
Yeah, huh. Well, we're glad to have everybody. But yeah, I was looking through old pictures in my phone today because I told you what happened yesterday. I think I did.
Yeah.
Me losing my wallet.
Yeah.
And like I worked the first shift yesterday, and you have to have your license to log in. They scan it, the barcode on the back. So I went there bright and early today. I canceled my shift, but I went there. I was like, what can I do? Like, well, there ain't really nothing you can do. If you don't have a picture of your driver's license, I was like, I don't think I do. But I went and sat down, me and Thelma, and had lunch, and I was scrolling through my phone, looking through pictures, and well, I found a picture of my license. So even though I missed out on a $118 shift today, but I did do a shift later today. It would have been great to have two of those. But
Right.
Anyway, I don't have to wait the 10 to 15 business days.
Right. To get the new one. Right.
I went and ordered a new
That's
one.
good.
And they said, oh, no, it's going to be 10 to 15 business days. And they give you a temporary, but it don't have the barcode on it. And boy,
Yep.
So as bad as it was, it still is not as bad as it could have been. And I'm thankful for that. I found my license. Well, they didn't find my license, found a picture of my license. So they were able to scan it on my phone. We're good to go. Oh, you're talking about the Bernie commercial you see every single time before you're live. He's running the state senate in here. Ah, okay. Tell you what, I know times are tough in a lot of places, but one luxury I really love to spend a little extra money on is that YouTube Premium. I really like it, enjoy it. No ads.
Right.
There's different perks to it, but that's one of my favorites is no ads. I like the unlimited YouTube music and all that too.
I've never gotten premium, so I don't know. I deal with ads and they aggravate the piss out of me.
Your husband's driver's license don't have a barcode, Love and Grace?
Did you get it black market? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It will next time. If it don't have one now, it definitely will next time. But the white piece of paper don't have a barcode. No. The white piece of paper definitely don't have a barcode. It sucks. That's why I was lucky to have that picture. And ironically, those pictures come from when I'm submitting things for background reports. This hardened criminal over here that's been breaking the law all my life and getting away with it left and right. Checking out my background. Didn't have an expiration date when he was active duty. Oh, wow. That's cool, Sister Callie. Her late husband's driver's license didn't have an expiration date when he was active duty. The paper, he's still waiting on the replacement license. Oh, yeah. Well, the paper don't have it. Yeah, you're right. Kicking ass and taking names. Look at there. Is that Skunk or is that Skunk's avatar being used by kicking ass and taking names?
I just got mine renewed, Daisy Joe, like a month or two ago. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yep. Get that voter's registration card, too, by God.
Hell, yeah.
Well, not registration card, just telling me, hey, you're registered to vote. This is your precinct.
Yeah, this is where you go. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because
That's
whenever, I was going to say pretty much whenever you're doing your license, you can just click that box that puts you up, sign you up to vote.
Yeah.
So to have that as being an excuse.
Well, weekend at El Jimbo's. Party time! Party time! Of course, we do have 8 brand new puppies with a 100-pound mother running around here that just might bite you if you come over to my house right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just had another litter today. 8 puppies.
Wow. Nice. Hey, Shay.
What's going on, Shay? It is so good to see you. Been a minute. But we're going to talk more tonight about the flooding in Tennessee and North Carolina. You know what? I feel like such an idiot ass. After the live stream last night, I, talked to Thelma and she said, "Have you checked on your brother?
Where's he live?
He lives on Norris Lake.
No shit. Yeah, you better check on him,
He
dude.
lives on the riverbank, like on the lake. Like he can park his pontoon within 50 feet of his house or his camper."
He probably has them parked on each other now.
Yeah, his wife
I mean,
had
I know
surgery
Norris
today,
Lake
so I
is.
know they're doing okay.
Well, I know Norris Lake is a little bit outside of the areas that were immediately affected, but I
Yeah,
also know that a lot of the lower elevations that are catching all the runoff, they're
yeah.
starting to fill it now.
They got a lot of sog and mud, back up.
Well, you got the Tennessee
Yes.
River, you got the Clinch River, um, and those in that area will fucking flood Norris Lake up,
Yeah.
tear
Um,
it up. Yep,
Thankfully, they, they're okay, and there was, as far as I know, there's no monetary damages they suffered or anything. So I'm real thankful
that's
for
good.
that. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's my little brother. So
Yeah. I do know that my friend that I was talking about last night or the night before that was stranded on top of the mountain where her shop was and her cats and everything. Her best friend actually went today and picked her up and brought her to Knoxville because her friend is from there but has been living in Knoxville. So her and her husband went up there and trekked up and got her and brought him down and took him to Knoxville with them. So they're safe now.
great.
Yeah.
Rottweiler and PJs and what's the other one? Other name they use? Rottweiler and PJs and Chewbacca in our chat. They live right there in that dam area.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If they're in Cott County and they're not in the Carson Springs Bybee-ish area. Now there's the river goes through there, you got the backside of Rankin and all that. I know Rankin flooded. I know that like my friend Jason and he lived in Del Rio on the river and he lost his cabin. He lost his dad last year and moved into his dad's place and his dad's place washed away in the river. Like there's just so much bullshit.
yeah,
And there's a lot more being created by the
Yep.
people that are supposed to be helping. And that's the sad part.
Yeah.
There's too many people reporting it, and it's not just the amount of people, but it's everybody on the spectrum, from the person affected or down there in that zone helping to the people that are trying to send them stuff to help with. Like you don't hold back help.
Hey,
No,
Fluffy.
I do know that they have addressed a lot of the people that are out sightseeing and trying to see what all damage was done and stuff. And there are a lot of YouTube channels that are urging other YouTube channels to not go down there and try to make this content and shit like that.
Right.
There's actually a homesteading channel that is on YouTube that they lost most of their farm. They didn't lose their house, but they lost pretty much everything around it except for their animals.
Wow.
They were able to get their animals out of the way pretty much except for their turkeys. But yeah. And of course, you had these dumbasses going on those videos saying, "Oh, people will do just about anything for content." What's a homesteading channel? And there's a disaster happening to the homestead.
Yeah, it's they listen. You have every damn right to video your home
Hmm.
and use YouTube the platform.
Well, I was watching a video of the guy that does all their video editing and pretty much post all their videos for them on their channel. Him and his wife and I think 1-year-old little boy had literally just moved on the farm with them that week. And so he videoed a lot of what he had to deal with as he was like, he went out that morning, thought he was going to just go work out, go to the gym, and he got trapped between, like, on the way there was a tree in the road. He turned around to come back, and another tree had fallen. So he was trapped out there where the water was rushing and everything.
Yeah,
And like they lost their greenhouse, their beehives. And when I say greenhouse, it was pretty much a huge ass pole barn greenhouse. It was
yeah,
big. Um, and like these people actually, their food and everything on that property is how they provide for their family. And they lost that. They didn't lose the home. There's a little bit of damage to the home because of the floods, but it didn't, like, the river didn't get to them, but it washed everything around them out. And it's just, I've seen so many videos today of people's stories, like watching this guy with a team of mules. He has 9 mules in his horse, and he brought them up and was delivering all kinds of stuff up the mountain to places that nobody could get to, not even on a side by side.
right. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, and like it was inspiring to see that. I mean, and as well as I do, and a lot of you that's listening, you know how hard it is to get around in those mountains. Like, I've spent more time on foot in those woods than I have on the roads going places to work. Like, that's where I spent my downtime. And there's places that before this you couldn't easily get to. It was one little narrow bridge over a creek. Like, actually, at that homestead, those people's grandparents lived across the river, and there was a
hmm,
bridge that you could get to their house on, but you couldn't drive back there. You know what I mean? But the bridge was washed away, so their grandparents were stranded across the way until the water went down. You know, I was watching one. I forget exactly what town it was, but this guy in North Carolina, he lost 11 family members. They lived in a little area in the town. Um, I forget their last name right now. I have a video I want you to play anyway.
okay,
But like anybody that's from a small town, you have certain areas that certain families are from. You have Shelton Hollers and you know so on and so forth.
yeah,
And this was pretty much, I forget his family's last name, but it was called whatever town. Whatever their last name was. And that's because all of those people with that last name lived there. And there were some that like survived, but was almost taken away, and like he lost his parents and aunt, uncle, some cousins.
yeah.
Like it all washed through there and just ripped it out from underneath them. Now it's just a big clay area. That's it. You know.
Rosemary J, if you're in the path of that next storm coming through, I hope you reconsider and get out of the way. Um,
Yeah, it's
we love you here, and we don't want to see anything happen to you. I know people can be stubborn, but
you know,
we want you to be here for a long time to come for us to chat with, and laugh, and cut up with.
damn Skippy.
Um,
I know. It's even with what they're about to get again in Florida. I mean,
yeah,
these hurricanes ain't no joke, man. They ain't. And they don't know any friends. They don't know any foes. They do what they want. I don't care how they get there. They're dangerous as hell.
Hope your shoulder feels better soon, Queen Ashley.
I do know that. I know Governor DeSantis had ordered all the landfills to stay open and started and asked for civilians to help them move all of the debris from the last hurricane into the landfills before this next one gets there. And there were a couple of landfills that refused and locked their gates. And the sheriff's department literally took those gates, chained them to their push bars on their cars, and jerked them open. I was like, wow. I was sitting there like, I heard him say it, and I went back and looked, and I was like, I'll be damned if they didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, that shit's going to be projectiles in the
Yeah.
water and the air and everything else.
Yeah.
And God help if some more floods hit those mountains. And it's going to be easier to do because of all the fresh cuts through the mountains. That's going to be the scary part because the cutting away ain't done yet. It's going to keep happening. It's going to keep sinking it in. Actually, that's what that homesteader said he thought saved their home is the fact that because it kept rising and rising and rising, and they thought they were going to lose their home, and then it just stopped going up. But it stayed like it stayed the same for a while, consistent. He goes, what I think's happened is it's cut through underneath, and it's just gotten deeper, so it's holding all this water now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that's
missed
going
so
to keep
much, Queen
happening.
Ashley. I didn't realize you was in a car wreck. I missed that. I'm sorry.
I think it was yesterday. Yeah, Saturday. My bad. Sorry, that'll tell you where I'm at, Queen Ashley. I know she messaged me and told me when it happened. I was at work.
So sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. Tell you what, them collisions, man, that can leave some long-term pain.
Oh, did you see the link I sent you of the 8 people they got looting in those areas that were affected by the floods?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you should go and look in your Facebook Messenger and see that.
Which
You'll see it. Trust me. It's got
did you
all of
send
them
it
lined
today?
up. Yes, I sent you a lot today, bro. Or at least 4 or 5. Sorry.
See, I
That
don't
were
see any of them. I see yesterday the you sent me the one from Cotton County loses both parents in flood, and the next thing I have from you is
Wow,
tonight at
none
eight
of
thirty
this
three
came
p.m. Dolly
through.
Parton.
Wow, dude. Here, let me resend it.
See, I only got 3 from you, and they were all from Facebook. That's why I was like, are all these from Facebook? Because I was making sure, and you said there's quite a bit from YouTube. And I
Oh,
was
I
like,
see
oh,
why.
okay.
Maybe some of the YouTube ones didn't share to you then. Because I sent you what is this one? Oh, one is a look, hold on. Damn. The only one that did come through is that 151 semi trucks had their tires slashed en route to help victims. You see that one?
Nope.
It's wow. How do you not see that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I've only got 3, and one of them
Here,
is
I'll resend it right back to you and see if it shows up this time.
okay.
I just sent one.
Okay. This one you want me to play right now?
Do what?
51 semi trucks. Is that the one you want me to play right now?
It's not really a video. It's just a post.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just talking about what these guys had done. There's 8 of them, all of them illegal.
51 semi trucks had their tires slashed en route to help victims of Hurricane Helene. Why are political activists doing this? These are looters who stole food and medical supplies in North Carolina and Tennessee, all illegals. There is something very sinister about all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is something very sinister about all that.
Yep.
Probably gonna take those supplies and medicines and turn them into cash. No, thieves. I can't stand the thieves. Do that, man. Yep, that's a convoy, all right. 51 semi trucks.
Yep. Did you see that short that I sent you where the dogs are leading like those hundreds of
Yes,
cows
y'all want to watch that one?
out of
That was
stuff?
a good one.
It wasn't a video. It was just a guy talking about a picture that was posted of it.
Yep.
But like, dude, gotta love animals, man. I've seen so many animal rescues today. It's crazy. People going into the mountains with side by sides with trailers on them to pull horses out with.
Yeah. No, it's a video.
Not
The one you
kidding.
sent me was a video. Well, he's
He's
talking.
just
Yeah.
right,
Yeah. He's
right. It's
narrating.
just a still picture, and he's talking
Yeah.
about the picture. But yeah,
Still
but what he
powerful.
says is true. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, hold on. I'll send you some of this other stuff.
I mean, I'll share this one right quick while you do that.
Either one of the guy with the 11 family members.
Yeah, see that one there?
You don't see that one?
Yeah, I just saw it. When it came through.
Oh, I was gonna say that sucks, dude.
Yeah, I seen that one. I said, yeah, I see that one there. All right, let me show this one real quick.
I don't know why it's acting up.
I want to talk about this because I feel like I have a little insight onto what's actually going on in this picture. I'm just going to assume that whoever.
I don't know if y'all can see this picture without blowing it up, and if you want to blow it up, but in this photo, there appears to be at least two, maybe more dogs that are leading cattle, and they're farm dogs. Probably looks like they might be Great Pyrenees. Those are typical farm dogs in this area, or something like that. Maybe a lab. But anyway, this guy talks about these dogs, and it is incredible. The way, just listen.
Took this was on a horse, but
3 dogs there.
this is the awesomeness in this is just fucking. It makes me emotional. So if you've never been around working dogs on a farm, like it's hard for me to put into words their value and the just they're just unbelievable. They're worth their weight in gold. And these cows know these dogs. They see them. That's a daily thing. They know. And normally these dogs are moving these cows to probably like in my ideal world, these dogs are helping move these cows to a fresh spot every day to grass. Like these cows know when the dogs come around, it's time to move, or they're going to help work them down to the chute. If you've ever worked this amount of cows through a chute for like preg checks or AI or heat synchronizations or vaccinations or anything, you know the chaos that is. I mean, that is just a mass of bovines. And you have to understand what's going on. If this was a video, like this looks like I played a cool song and it looks peaceful and like the cows are all just following the dog. This is loud as fuck. I want to talk about this because I feel like I have a little insight onto what's actually going on in this picture. I'm just going to assume that whoever took this.
So yeah, I mean that's amazing. Dogs are so smart, and so many animals are so smart, man. People just underestimate them.
Mm-hmm. Sure are. I'm just glad to see like you wouldn't believe how many people loaded up semi trucks just to go take hay to horses that are stranded and can't be fed. All their hay washed away. All the grass is gone. They ain't got shit to eat. So they're taking it up the mountain too. It's good stuff. Real good stuff.
Yeah. Here's a video with 11 people. You gonna say something else before that?
I was going to say I sent you 2 links to places that are helping a lot of the victims directly. One of them is called Shower Up. And
Okay.
what they provide is the showers and the laundry facilities for all of these people and the people that are out there doing the search and rescues and stuff. Um, I was watching one of their videos today where they're set up in Asheville and seeing what they're doing. I was like, man, that's legit. You know what I mean? And that's actually what they're there for. Is they're there for disaster relief, and they show up and provide, those basic essential shower, shave, shit, wash your clothes, that kind of stuff. So, and then the other one is with Old Smoky Moonshine and an organization called Mountain Ways, which Mountain Ways helps
Yep.
people in Appalachia. Old Smoky, I can tell you that uh, one of the head guys there is one of the best people you would know. Um, I mean, hell, I've known him since high school, and he was a deputy and ran for sheriff, and he was the head jailer for probably 10 years, I guess. Like, he's just a good dude, you know what I mean? And I guarantee he's part of why they're helping. So I don't know if they're matching or what, but I think Mountain Ways is the same organization that Dolly gave her money to help the victims in North Carolina and Tennessee.
Yeah.
And her company has challenged other companies to match her donations. So,
Hmm.
mhm,
That would be great if they would match them.
yeah.
We will. I'll show you those links right after this video. I'll pull those links up and show y'all what they look like and put them in chat too. Um, here's this video.
Continue to mourn their loved ones killed by Helene in North Carolina.
And tonight, Eyewitness News is learning about one family in Buncombe County. They lost 11 people to the storm. Diane Wilson is in Fairview. This is southeast of Asheville, learning more about the family and their tragedy. Diane.
It's unrecognizable now, but this is where I was born and raised.
This is what's left of Craigtown. Now Jesse Craig is trying to pick up the pieces, grappling with the incredible loss of losing 11 of his family members.
My mother and father, my aunt and uncle, my great aunt and uncle, lost cousins, second cousins, things like that. But 11 people overall from this mudslide.
Massive mudslides. You can see the path of destruction. Several homes just gone.
There was one up here, a brick house, and then my parents' house, a building. There were buildings through here.
All of these homes, his
Wow,
family's
look at
own
that.
history. Now piles of rubble.
Look at cut through,
As
man.
Jesse walked Eyewitness News around his family
Look at
land,
that.
he shared how
That's
his
crazy.
grandfather bought this
Sure
land
is.
more than 80 years ago.
The locals call it Craigtown because I'm a Craig, and a lot of my family still live over there. My dad was born and raised there. You know, my whole family's been in this tight-knit community.
The family built 8 decades of memories, but never could imagine suffering a loss like this. Included in the 11 family members of firefighter Tony Garrison, who died while saving a family member from this home.
Oh,
Look at this red truck. One of Jesse's family survived the onslaught inside of it when the mudslides came,
good
carrying his
gracious.
truck to here. Then he had to break the back window to escape.
We'll never
Somebody survived that truck.
Yep.
Wow.
make sense of it. You know, it's our community and our town. I don't know that it'll ever be the same.
Since Helene, Jesse and his wife surrounded by family, friends, and the entire Fairview community, along with total strangers, helping Craigtown, an online fundraiser raising more than $50,000 to help pay for the 11 funerals, medical expenses of those
That
family
won't even come
still in
close
the
to paying
hospital,
for it.
Nope.
to one day rebuild Craigtown.
We don't want people
Damn.
to forget like months down the road. Like this isn't just a
Now this is a
week or
long
two
term.
fix. This is
We got to be in it for the long haul. This is going to take years of work, repair.
mhm.
Try to have it recognizable again.
And just you can hear the heartbreak and they can't even think about the rebuilding of Craigtown right now for what they're dealing with of losing 11 family members in what they could not even fathom happened there, as those mudslides took away so much of what they have loved there in Craigtown for so much. And so this community and total strangers, as I said, just rallying, trying to raise those funds to help them deal with this unimaginable loss.
That's why the fundraising efforts here in our part of the state, the relief efforts are so important. They will need our help, as they said, for years to come.
Yeah, you can't think
Yeah,
enough
they
and pray
will.
enough for people in
Yeah.
this
Yep.
situation. Diane,
I agree.
Thank you.
They
Yeah.
will.
Absolutely.
Sad.
Think My Bell said Red Cross hasn't done shit. I'm here in Florida. They never showed up. I've heard that. I've heard Red Cross has really dropped the ball, and so has
FEMA.
FEMA. Yep. I've heard that they really just. I've seen some
Well,
people putting on supporting FEMA, saying that this is political, and Republicans are saying that are making stories up about FEMA. Listen, I don't care, Republican, Democrat, whatever you want to say. I see redneck, I see
yeah.
hillbilly, I see mountain. When I see those people on the news telling me what they see with their own hillbilly country eyes, that's what I believe. And I
Man,
believe that they have dropped the ball.
you damn Skippy. Well, I mean, hell, you got Jeremy Faison, which is state representative for that entire district. It's Greene County, Cott County, Jeff County, and I think Sevier County. I think it's the four. I might be wrong, but I know it's for a lot of the area that's been affected. He lives in Cott County himself, right next to the river. So the shit almost took his home from him. Okay, he lives far enough downstream where he was, or and up on the bank, that he was safe. But it's still the point. He has had to work with all of these people, and he has gone on record on radio interviews from Nashville. Okay, which if anybody knows anything about Tennessee, if you're doing interviews for radio stations in Nashville, you're doing something, because that's where the capital is. So that's a big deal. So when he, as a state representative, goes on a Nashville radio station and says that the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency has been a blessing, and that the Federal Emergency Management Agency has been knuckleheads, and that's him being an asshole. If anybody knows Jeremy, that's his harsh words. Okay. But that's what he's saying. Okay. He's not going to sit there and bash them because of where he is right now, the space he's having to fill and the job he's having to do. He has
Yeah.
to approach it differently. But that's what he said. And then you have Elon Musk that has called it out numerous times. And he's one of the ones trying to send aid. He's trying to send more than Starlinks there. But they're fucking around down there. FEMA is. I 100% believe it. There's no doubt in my mind, because the people that are saying these things, I know personally. I know their character. I know what they're about. Not just Jeremy, but a lot of other ones. And I guarantee you, just like you said, what they're seeing and what they're saying with the hillbilly mouth, I believe that more than I do what somebody at a fucking news station or somebody that's in a political office. I don't believe the bullshit. Sorry. And I sat there and watched a lot of their attempts today and yesterday to push that whole narrative back, that they're not being slackers and not holding back the efforts. I seen the effort on their side.
The robot
All it was a PR campaign. So fuck them. That's what I say.
I agree.
And yeah, if you can help, like I said, locally, I've been looking at a lot of these videos.
Well, I knew it was going to get him eventually. He was roboting pretty bad. Full Moon said we booked anniversary trip to a cabin on Lake Lourdes. Owners reached out and apologized. They had to cancel. I told them no need for apologies and how can we help? And they just asked for prayers. Prayers are free, right? Free. you know. So that's the easiest way we can help people. And then, you know, people who have $1 extra, send it if you can. Welcome back, brother.
Sorry, man. I didn't know I was dropped.
Oh, you didn't even know he was gone?
No.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
broke out a little bit and then you're gone.
I just, like I said, I don't believe any of the narrative that the government people are trying to push or the media people are trying to push, because I've only heard a few people on these news desks in a lot of these videos, just
Hey,
very
Graham.
few. Huh?
Say, hey, Graham.
Oh. But there's only been a few that have spoke the reality. Most of them, they're just pushing the narrative, just like most news places do.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know what's really happening, I ain't talking about going listen to somebody talk about some hearsay about what happened. I'm talking about firsthand accounts. And a lot of these people are the ones that are going in with their own helicopters and their own mules and ATVs and everything else trying to help. The government don't have any say-so over relief efforts. I'm sorry, especially when they're behind everybody else and trying to take what they got. They're not in the front leading the way. They need to step down. They need to move on and let rednecks take care of rednecks. That's what we
That's
do.
right. Yep. Something I really, you know, like, I'm not anti-government at all, but you know, sometimes I think maybe there are a little bit too many, I don't know, restrictions on what people can do, and then I think some stuff's too open to interpretation too. So, Hey, Markella, welcome back. I said I was going to share those other links here. This is the showerup.org link. Let me present the screen here.
And I did go to their website, and they do have it where you can, directly, that's what you're given for. You can go to that link and you're helping those people in those regions.
And that's a
just like Samaritan's Purse, they're doing good stuff. There's quite a few of them. And Samaritan's Purse, if I'm correct, they are multi-denominational organization of churches that help out, and it's almost like a network, if I'm understanding it correctly.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. And I do know that I think it was a 45,000 square foot facility that was donated, that was not being used at the time. It was donated for them to headquarter and coordinate all of the supplies for the area. So not only do they have a central location where all of the donations for that area can go to and then be distributed at the churches and stuff like that, instead of having to meet at the Walmart parking lot, this and that, you know what I mean? So that's a good thing. I never count on government, Cheryl.
Nope.
I don't.
No.
That's one thing I've learned. And like I said, I vote third party most of the time. This year I can't do that, but most of the time, all but one in my history of voting, which is every election, every time it's been third party, except for my first one, and then going to be my most recent one. First one was Democrat, and that was dumb. Big time. And that's what taught me a lesson that I couldn't even fathom the bullshit on the Republican side. So I was just like, well, okay, I'm going to sit over here in the middle. It's been a wild scene for 30 some years.
Yeah. I'm going to pull up this old Smoky post and tell me what this is about here. This, I mean, I'll read the post and then you tell me about the guy, you know.
Oh, that's who I was just talking about a minute
Oh, is
ago.
it? Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's who I
Well,
was
here's
talking
the
about.
post, and let me blow it up a little bigger. Take down the quote.
Actually, that picture is at Waterville on the road that takes you up to go into the boat launch, which you see that little ramp in front of that building. That's the boat launch. You go down
Yeah.
that, you get in your raft, and you go down the river. Um, the creek that goes up from behind that on the right side of that picture is Big Creek. The river that comes through there on the left side is the Pigeon River. Um, Waterville, you've heard me talk about it many times. That's Waterville.
Okay.
People call it the Walters or the Waterville Dam. It's actually the first exit in North Carolina on I-40. So
Cool.
this is actually, you see the roads washed out right
Yeah.
there in between that area in Haywood County and Cott County.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of tourism that comes through there. A lot. And without getting those roads built again, getting that kind of stuff going again, they're going to suffer more.
Yeah.
So they're going to need a lot of people. Like, if you know an organization that goes in and help rebuild after hurricanes and stuff like that, which you know they're going to be coming here, pitch in. If
Yeah.
you're able bodied,
Absolutely.
do it. I've done it
Absolutely.
before. I absolutely have. I've helped set foundations for churches and everything just because. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good thing.
Pink Bolo said, "I'm sorry, but take everything you can get. If illegals can get housing, money, food, transportation, you take anything you can get. F that shit." Um, I see your point there, Pink Bolo. I mean, people coming in that shouldn't be here and haven't come here legally anyway. I mean, everybody has a right, but you have to go through the proper channels to do so. But yeah, illegals, yeah,
They
I'd
get
rather,
over 3,000 a month, man.
yeah,
And then they're offering 750. Again, what are they gonna? Where are they gonna spend it? What are they gonna spend it on? Seriously, there ain't nothing open around them. It all got washed away with everything else. Like, it's all
I'm gonna tell you
gone.
right now, a family of four, 750 is like 2 weeks worth of groceries.
Well, see, they can't be too quick to start bulldozing stuff either, and that's a bigger problem.
Yeah,
They gotta find out what's in those piles. And I know
my
they've been
yeah,
running the past few days running cadaver dogs and everything. I know there's been a lot of boats out there, a lot of people, like organizations that have retired canines and cadaver dogs and all that. I've been seeing what they've been putting out there, but they're all out there in boats and ATVs and on foot, and they're just going out across the whole landscape. Like, it's messed up when you see them go through what you know to be a trailer park, and all the trailers are on top of each other in the middle of the road. The
yeah,
dog's trying to go through the pile. You know what I mean? Like, it's wow.
yeah. Graham said, Kemper, I'm sure things like this make you want to come back home.
Oh, it does. And believe me, it might not be in the next 6 months, 8 months. It's going to happen soon. I'll be back there soon. It does have
Cheryl,
my
people need
anxiety
blankets.
running high. Hell, I've ate 600 milligrams of fucking THC today.
Oh, Lord.
I'm still sitting here on edge.
Sure. Cheryl O said, people need blankets, tents. It's turning colder real fast. It sure is. It's cold
Yeah.
out there tonight. It's 40 out there.
It always is. And that's what a lot of these places that are, if you can, like, because a lot of these places are setting up Amazon
I
wish
agree.
lists of camping grills, propane tanks, camping blankets, tents, jackets, like, you name it. That's what the list consists of. It's
Yeah.
not water. Like, there's enough water coming in. They're going to be okay, I'm sure, on water. I do know that the two of the ladies that test the river, that have,
Minnie
like,
Jr.
they're contracted by the government to do metals testing on the river, and they are some of the ones doing it's not the federal government, state government, sorry, um but they're the ones doing the testing on the wells. And instead of reaching out to each person individually, they just made a Facebook post about it and said, hey, all of you people that I tested your wells the other day, it came back and tested for E. coli and something else.
Oh Lord.
Well, I mean, you think about it. I mean, they got wells, and I know they're underground, but when that river runs over it, it gets it.
Soaks
It's
right in.
not going
Huh?
to be a stranger to it. You know what I mean? It's going to get a lot of that water, and with everything that's been washed down, it's going to be a toxic mess in those lakes for a while.
Yeah.
Those rivers, not so much. The lakes, yes.
And as far as the flooding goes, and people were, I heard some people mention, well, how are all these people in the mountains getting affected by the floods and how they lose their houses? It doesn't necessarily, the water don't have to come up 20 feet from the bottom to get to your house.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. That's the thing, and it was the case in most of the ones because I watched in a lot of, like Marion, North Carolina. I watched from Batcave. I watched from Asheville. I watched from Cott County. I watched from Irwin, and all of the rivers rose 20 feet at least.
Yeah. I was just
And
saying,
the
even
record
if they don't,
is,
water don't get you, the mud under, if it starts coming up the mountain, up the hills that
yeah.
are slanted, when that pressure from the weight on top and the water down there just making a mess down low, and that mud starts shifting and sliding, mudslides worse
Well,
than.
that's the thing, though. Okay, 4 days before that even hit, it had been soaking the mountains for 4 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, can
Now
you
you
imagine how
got to
soggy?
think, you got to think a lot of what surrounds those towns in like around Newport and Batcave and those small towns in the mountains, it's all old growth forest. So it's got loose soil, it's got dead trees, it's got all this shit that's getting soaked. So you send just a little bit of it down the mountain, it's going to pick up a lot with it just from its, like you were talking about, the gravity. It's going to hit it and bring it with it. So it just becomes a complete mudslide. And in that mud, you've got old trees, you've got rocks, you've got all that shit that was in the topsoil. Anybody that knows those mountains knows it's rocky. It's
Yep.
not rocky like the Rocky Mountains, but when you dig into the soil, it's all fucking rock.
Yeah. Good luck digging a hole.
Good luck having a garden, man.
Yeah.
You harvest a lot of rocks, a lot more than you do vegetables.
Yeah.
You really do. I've done it too many years in the same spot. It's like, dude, we threw those rocks out like they're at the bottom of the fucking hill. How are they back up here? But that's how it is. So once it soaks down and it starts picking up, when it starts going down that mountain, and you're talking about, they were talking about those rains every day. They were getting what most places get in a month. Each one of those days,
Mm-hmm.
they were talking about they were getting between 8 and 10 inches each one of those days, and then the hurricane hit it. So, and then all of that shit's going down those crevices of the mountains. That's where everybody builds up, is on that river. Just like any other civilization in the world, they do build around a water source.
Yeah.
And especially back in the older days, because that was a thing of transportation and commerce. You had to. Especially in the mountains, you didn't just venture over a mountain to go get supplies. Didn't happen. Because you think it's hard now. Think about back in the day when all you had was a mule or a wagon or a horse.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, in those terrains, we know you ain't getting around in that shit. Maybe like if you saddle up one of the horse or the mule by yourself, but you're not going to be able to carry many supplies. You can't break the horse's back. You can have them pull more than you can have them carry. So,
Love and Grace said, I saw a lady yesterday say they were told $750 was for groceries, food, medicine, hygiene supplies. How is that possible out of $750? It's not. loving grace. No.
Yeah, that's another thing that they were talking about. They still need is medical supplies.
Yeah.
That and anything for cold weather for people that are pretty much homeless. Like anything that you can camp with, they're trying to get it for them because a lot of them will be. They might not be camping per se um, without shelter. They might actually have a structure they might be able to sit in, but it ain't going to have power. A lot of them, it's going to take a while for them to get up all of those areas again. Like those little creeks, they became rivers in this shit.
Oh my
So those
God.
people living on the sides of the mountain, I can just imagine what Big Creek looks like, man. There's so many fucking tributaries like that come off the mountain right
Mm-hmm.
there at that spot. Like when you come across the bridge there at Waterville, you can either go left and go along the river, and like there's a little river road on the left hand side, so you have to pretty much stop and turn a hard left and take it.
Oh, Ray
There's a
Jones.
there's a huge ass dirt road that also follows it. It's got a creek comes down, a little stream that comes down the mountain. If you go further up that mountain beyond what you can see on that road, you get to this waterfall on the side of the road, just out of the blue. Here's a big one here. Have a good swimming hole, y'all. One of those
Mm-hmm.
spots. But all of that had houses right across the road from it. I bet those houses lost their roads.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee it. And those are dirt roads. There's no concrete for it to lose. It was just mud and gravel pretty much. And I've drove
Well,
many of them, and it was already hard to get up there, even in a little CRV all wheel that can get anywhere. It was tight.
yeah.
So I guarantee you it's gone. Probably lost half their yards, sometimes half the foundation to the houses.
Yeah. And like I said, I know from experience a little bit of
Oh yeah.
cleaning up after flood mud, just the mud and the smell
Oh yeah.
of mud and fish and everything. Just
Well,
the
think about
stench
this.
is
Okay,
it
but
never goes away.
think about the wildlife. Just the wildlife that perished in that.
Yeah.
Not just wildlife, you had farm animals and you had pets, you had all that too. But all of that, the raccoons, the possums, the squirrels, everything that could not get high ground, think about what happened to it. And think about what's all in that mud, along with the people. That's why it smells like death there. And I
Yeah.
get it. Between that smell of the mud and the smell of all of those carcasses, I mean, yeah, it's going to be pretty bad. And that's one of the things that I heard the people say in the shower up video. And it wasn't shower up people. It was another place that was promoting them. They went to one of the units that they had set up, and they talked about their organization and what they do. And I was like, that would be a good thing to put out there for people to know about, because those first responders are coming in and getting fresh clothes and being able to wash that smell of death off of them because they've been out wading in mud and water all day. The same water and mud that's got all these carcasses in it. They said, well, I can't remember the guy's name that does the Homestead channel, but like they lost all of their turkeys, and went after it calmed down a little bit. They found where they were, and they were under mud, and a lot of
Oh,
them had just bones sticking out of their legs and stuff like that. That's how they were found.
hey,
Not
yeah, Mom.
so.
I understand. There's a lot of times I can't chat, but I hang in there and listen. We appreciate you being here. Thank you.
But what Penny Positive's talking about, yeah, and that is true. See, that's the thing; those wells aren't necessarily contaminated. The ones that are drilled aren't. Now, if you're in the same area as that one, when you have your well drilled, you need to have it tested. But he was talking about in town where there is no like way to contaminate the local well because it's all local water that's being used.
Mm-hmm.
That they've drilled wells right there at major spots where like stores are. I forget what stores he named, but it might have been a Walmart or a truck stop or something like that. Like a local company come out and just for free just drilled some wells, so they just have a fresh water source. And I'm sure, they tested it and everything. But yeah, that's good shit there. But Bikes and Beards, that's one of the ones I was wanting you to play because him and his guys, they've been down there twice. They're going to go a third time, but they went down in their van and took out the seats, loaded it up, and they went to find out what they actually needed to get. So they went to the local church of one of the areas right outside of like the highly affected zones and found out what they needed, and they went and loaded up their van with it and brought it back to them. And their van was one of those Mercedes vans. It was tall. You
Oh,
know what I mean? Like it was a lot of stuff. And like one of the other guys, he was a YouTube channel from that area. Like he actually, when all the flooding was happening, he's got videos up of what was happening to his place, and it was fucking it up, man. Like he was, I want to say close to Hendersonville is where he was, but yeah, they actually had to spend 3 hours going different back roads in the mountains because where the GPS was telling them was open, it wasn't open to drive on. Well, they
yeah.
got to spots where they ended up having to turn around, like where the road was washed out and they couldn't get past and shit like that. But yeah, Bikes and Beards, from what I've seen them doing, yeah, they would, and they tell you, we don't want your money. Here are some places that do. If you got money to give, here. If you got resources to give, here. These are the places. Sort of like what I want us to be doing here. I want people that are stand family to go out there and push us to help those people because those are our people.
Yeah.
We've been
Sister
made fun of
Callie,
for being hillbilly Appalachians and every fucking thing else. And yeah, you're right. And we might not be right there in the affected zone, but we can still try and help one way or another.
yeah, our heart is.
Mm.
Our hearts are. Sister Callie said, I always donate feminine hygiene supplies. That's
That's
actually a
another
good
one.
idea. Because, probably a whole lot of people don't think along those lines.
Well, that's the thing. That's one of the things I forget. I'm going to be sharing some links later, and I found it earlier. I got to go find it again. But this one guy, he's with another organization. It's like the Samaritan's Purse and Mountain Ways. I forget the exact name of it, but he's from that area too. That's where his place is actually headquartered. And so he's at ground zero as one of these types of organizations that is taking up for money for hometown. And 100%, I guess he's got 100% transparency with what he does. And he's been doing it for a long time in a lot of places, like even in Maui and stuff. When all that happened there, he was out there giving supplies to people. I think it was Maui, that wasn't that in Hawaii where they burned up.
Yeah.
Yep. And you saw how FEMA acted there, right? Think about it, y'all. It ain't this time of year, oh, it's political. No, it's how they do. We've seen it. We've seen how slow they were to react at Katrina and that disaster there in New Orleans. Like, we've seen it. We've seen it all. And it's always the local. It's always, you know, brother to brother taking care of each other. It's not the government taking care of you. And I'm telling you honestly, I'm one of those people that if I hear somebody say, "Hey, I'm from the government and I'm here to help," I'm asking a lot of questions or walking away, getting away from them. I don't trust them.
Vinny Jr. said it's a land grab.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of people believe that
A
because,
lot of people believe that.
well, I mean, right south of Asheville is the United States' largest crystal mine. And around that, like they know that whole area of Appalachia is covered in precious metals and minerals. They know it and they want to do something with it. And that's why it's so important to help build those up where they can't. So those people that are there don't give in to, hey, we'll give you this much for your property. The less people that do that, the better off that area is. And
That's right.
remember, it's a tourism area. And even those towns that didn't get washed away, y'all need to support them too, because they're going to be part of what helps build that area up. If they don't prosper, if they're not doing good, those other areas won't. So I know somebody put a video out of a lot of the close places to there that are tourist driven, and they're like, hey, support them. And I totally agree. It's like one of them was Bryson City, I believe. There was about 4 more that they made the little clip of, but that's absolutely true because, again, if you're from those mountains, you know what makes it tick. You know, the Titanic Museum, you know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what does it. It truly is. Places like that, the whitewater rafting, that whole area. I know the people. If I know them well, Hartford will build back up. I don't know about the people that own the Citgo, but everybody else, I'm pretty sure they'll build back up. I've known Hartford used to be a nothing, and it's become what it has locally. The locals have made it what it was. So, you know, it's one of the most beautiful places on earth, and it is right there on the river. Like, its deck that you can eat on hangs over the river. So I can imagine what happened there. They said that they had quit doing any kind of work there for a couple of days to let the mud dry a little bit so it wasn't so hard trying to get it out. Because we all know, you know, you
Rottweiler and
add
PJ
water
said
to
they are.
dirt, you know, it makes it said when you add water to dirt, it makes it heavier.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Rottweiler and PJ said they are being denied body bags. It's sickening.
Well, that was one of the things that one of the videos I watched. And when I say watching videos, I'm not talking about some crazy loon on YouTube going out and talking to people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about legit news videos
Yeah.
of people talking. Legit people that live there saying, hey, man, this is what just happened to me here. If you have supplies and you're sending it here, send it somewhere else. Like they had 2 trucks, one of generators and one of chainsaws, headed down to Asheville, and like they had to tell them don't deliver them, like take them back. We're gonna have to find you a place to take them first. And so they had a bunch of churches volunteer to be the people that take it. So you're about to find out. Um, you know how the protected privacy of the church constitutionally, it's about to be pushed by the federal government. Watch and see. Watch and see. And that's a lot of the people. A lot of the people. That's 75% of the people pushing supplies. I do know that in North Carolina, and I know you can find it online, 99.9 KISS FM. They are in the area. They've got a network going right now. Like if you know somebody that's in need of some kind of supplies or whatever, they've got people willing to go and take them. They just need to know to go where. So they're doing it on a different level. They're almost doing it like a DoorDash kind of thing, where you just call up and say, "Hey, my friend, her 5 kids are without water, and you know one of them's nursing, blah blah blah." They'll take them water, formula, blankets, you know that kind of stuff. But all they do is they call these other volunteers and say, "Hey, this person needs this, 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 this," and they load up their car, Jeep, whatever, and like nation, they're even doing deliveries out there. Like they've converged on the area and trying to, you know, because the Jeep can get into a lot of places other vehicles can't. But they're even doing their part, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's been cool. But yeah, I know Kiss FM's been doing that. Um, yeah, it's just messed up, man. Because I know that there were several areas that only had a couple hundred body bags and were asking for more. Wasn't reports; it was from the people asking themselves.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's not hearsay, secondhand bullshit. It's from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna need more body bags.
And that statement alone was bad enough.
Yep, that's exactly right, Rosemary J. They are, and he's the you know, he's the leader in the fight against people trying to censor us. That's exactly why he bought Twitter and changed it like he did. He found out pretty much what he thought it was going on over there was true because of all the censoring they were doing. He went and fired 80% of them.
Everything I'm seeing on FEMA, like I've not seen much good.
Like I said,
recently.
when Elon says something, he's not the richest man in the world for no reason. Like I'm pretty sure he's logical, and I'm pretty sure he's one of those people you could probably work with. You have to have a little compromise about you getting to the top. Yeah, you gotta have a lot of drive, gotta have focus, but you still gotta have a little compromise. If you go stepping on everybody's fucking toes, you're not gonna get very far. So you have to have a little finesse.
Are you
And I
trying
don't
to tell
think.
me? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, when he's sending in satellites for Starlink, when he's sending in water, when he's sending in medical supplies, and he's finding out that what's down there on the ground is being taken by FEMA, and he's got stuff on its way to those places, and he has to divert those deliveries. I'm pretty sure he knows what he's talking about. I'm pretty sure he knows why he did those things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's bullshit. You've got a lot of these local fire departments saying the same thing because that's where a lot of the supplies are coming from. Oh, they took this and they told us we couldn't do this and that and the other. These are fire departments. These are the people that are supposed to go out and help search for people and save people.
Yep.
And they're being limited. So, I mean, when it's like that, that's pretty fucking bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that's ground zero. People boots on the ground. You don't see any people with FEMA logos on them down at ground zero saying anything, do you? Not a fucking one of them. So when you do, then you can defend them. But we don't see that. Been looking. We've seen the little propaganda videos. But that was only 7 minutes, and most of it was that douchebag head guy of theirs talking with a news station. Yep, I believe that. I believe it 100%.
Markella just sent me. Here, let me share it with y'all. Thank you, Markella. This. Let me show you what this says here. This was on October 5th, 2024, 4 days ago. I am concerned about the security and well-being of civilians suffering in Lebanon. That's not Lebanon, Tennessee, nor Lebanon, Kentucky.
Nope.
The United States will provide nearly $157 million in additional assistance to the people of Lebanon for essential needs, such as food, shelter, water, protection, and sanitation.
That's real, too.
I mean, nobody needs that as bad as the damn good people of Lebanon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's sad. That's what they do, though. Fuck Americans. They got to take care of everybody else except for the people that feed that fucking bank that they keep spending. That's the thing. They don't get it. Like, that's our money. They're taking from us. And we don't offer it up to them. They take it. One way or another, you pay the taxes. So if they do that, then that shit happens. They could have taken that and done a lot of good helping Americans. One way or another. It don't matter if it's hurricane relief or not. But they're not. They don't care. They're gonna probably spend about another $80 billion in a weapons package to the Ukraine or some bullshit too. You know how they do. But fuck what's happening in Florida. Fuck what's happening in Florida and the entire Southeast, pretty much.
Yeah, what they're
They don't give
saying.
a fuck. Yeah.
They don't.
But that's the Bible toters. That's the Republicans. That's the gun toters. It's all those people. Don't matter. Their vote don't matter. But if it was Chicago or New York City or something, there would have been outrage because the federal government's not helping.
Rottweiler and PJs and Chewbacca sent me this video. I wanted to play it before I forget it. And it's another story from the area there in the Cobb County area. You know, I mean, they're all pretty similar, but you know, here's this one.
4606. A tag truck the tag 14 is dead in the water. We're in a mayday situation. We have the MRAP in front of us with no way out of this water.
We have multiple people, including juveniles, trapped. Are any resources available to send our way? Over.
I have a 13-year-old, 3-year-old in a house with no oxygen, no power.
Next, receiving multiple 911 calls about multiple fatalities, houses collapsed.
I need help getting people out of River Street. I still can't get them all out of here.
Yeah, River Street's real on the river. Yeah.
If they don't move any faster, we're all going to be cooked.
That's where my ex-fiance lives.
On River Street.
Yeah, her mom owns a house there. That was the one I told you that. Oddly enough, it was one of the only ones that survived all of it.
Yeah.
Like all of the ones around her got pulled in. Like it's on the banks of the Pigeon. Like if you've seen any news reports from Cotton County, they've gone to the railroad trellis, and they show like all the campers and trailers and debris and everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually really high off the ground. That's what people don't realize.
Right.
Like that is really fucking high off the ground. You actually drive up underneath it to go Jimtown Road that goes over the bluff there. The bluff follows the river. And like it goes up, I don't know how I'm guessing like at least 100, 120 feet, probably, maybe a little bit higher in some spots. But yeah, man, like that river isn't supposed to get that fucking high. Like every once in a while, it might flood one side, but it don't flood both sides.
Yeah.
And it went all the way up to like Grammar School Hill. Like it didn't get to the top of like just it went that far to that road.
That caused heartbreaking, you know, with that kid, 13-year-old kid in the house, no oxygen, nobody in there with him, us alone. Can you imagine the fear?
But again, like so many people live on Cosby Creek, so many people live on Big Creek, so many people live on the Pigeon and French Broad Rivers. They live out there in Rankin. Like there's so many places that is low lying that I know flooded in that area. Now, a lot of it is farmland once you get out of the limits, but you have to get past the factories and everything else. There's a bunch of factories out there, plastics factories, plating factories, just a lot of chemicals. So I can imagine that the river did get high enough to get inside those places. I've seen it flood just from rain on that road, so I know it had to flood. You know what I mean? So there's just so much bullshit going on, man. It's going to be contaminated environment for a while, especially down in the valley.
Yeah.
Not so much up on the mountain. It's going to help wash away. But down in the valley, that's where it's going to sit and just simmer. Because you got all those lakes, part of the TVA,
Yep.
and those dams are part of it.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Well, you cool. Cool. All right. There's about 30 seconds left here.
Not individuals, families.
Is an eggs in a nearby field needing supplies.
Just gonna give you a little update. I got more information. The daughter got rescued last night from the Subaru Outback. She's at Percival School. The neighbors thought her parents were trying to get out.
Parentsville School.
Yeah, Parisville School. Wow, that's far in. But they do have to cross the French Broad River to get out to Parisville School.
Yeah.
Like you have to cross the Pigeon and then the French Broad to get out to Parrotsville.
Yeah.
From Newport, because like from downtown Newport, you go across the bridge there, and it brings you like, I think it's called North Street, but it brings you down North Street, Greenville Highway, Parrotsville, all that area, Jonesboro. That's how you get there, back way. But like you have to cross the Pigeon from downtown, and then once you get through what they call Northport, that's where you get the French Broad River, and that's why it's called Northport, because it was the Northport on the river. Old school. That's how the settlers did it. And like the first courthouse for Cott County is actually right next to that river. So I'm sure it took a whack.
Yeah. What part were y'all talking about? How far back was it? Can you go back a second? Did he say my family is stuck? First responder helping others while his own is in trouble. Also, heroes that don't get enough credit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you heard about that that guy that lost 11 family members. One of them was a firefighter that was saving another family member.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's their own family, but at the same time, he's put his life out there for it.
I mean, honestly, up in these hollers,
everybody's family.
Everybody's pretty much family, like cousins,
Yep.
brothers, sisters, siblings. I mean, it's related. A lot of these hollers are named after the family that was there the longest when the street was built or named. Like there's Collins Lane in Harlan, and there's like Kemper. I mean, it could just street names are named after families usually, or a person.
Well, there's actually a Kemper holler named after my family in Ohio.
Figured.
Yeah. But yeah, like my uncle, he lives out there, but like around there's quite a few, like certain churches are named after those families in those same areas. You got like Webb's Chapel Road. I mean, that's how it works. And like you said, everybody's cousin. My buddy Ron, he used to say all the time out in Hartford, he goes, I'm kin to so many people in Hartford, you could throw a dead cat out in the middle of in the woods and hit one of them. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, man, like that's how it is. So it's sort of going to go hand in hand. When the fit hits the shan, it's probably going to be your uncle or cousin that's at the fire department working, or on the rescue squad, or like they got a rescue squad. They got a water rescue squad now there in Cott County. They were all involved. Like even the county FEMA guy, like he was out there in helicopters helping pull people.
Yeah. Well, even if they're not,
and there was a lot like
they live up in them hollers. They're going, I mean, not first responder. Even if they're not family, you grew up together in those, in those hollers. And even if you're not blood family, you still family.
You probably go to church together and everything else. Played ball together. Like that's how it goes, man. Like you've been on church trips together. Like it's family.
Yep.
Yeah. Like that's the thing. That's what I've tried to explain to people about Newport for me. I didn't have those cousins and aunts and uncles. I wasn't raised around my family. They were in Kentucky and Ohio. I was in Bama, Georgia, Tennessee. You know what I mean? So All of those people that you're talking about, that's how it was for me. It was my family. They were like my cousins and uncles and aunts and everybody I didn't have there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I was going to be around somebody, and it was usually people from the church and the community and school, and those were those people. Like there was people that I consider like a brother, or sister. Um, there's a couple. I wouldn't say an aunt or an uncle, but maybe like a father in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know during COVID, a lot of them took a hit, and it's just been nonstop,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And then you find out like some of your best friends that you've known have, well, they don't have a house no more,
Yeah.
and they lost their dad's house. You know, like well, lost their dad, and then the house that they moved into. You know, and trying to grieve and deal with that, and then that gets washed away.
Yeah.
And then you see the post of where it used to be and what they're having to deal with. Do I want to stay? And and the battle of I want to stay, I don't want to stay, all this, and people shouldn't have to deal with that kind of thing. Kids, they shouldn't have to deal with any of this shit, not at all. Kids are innocent. It doesn't matter what it is, they're innocent. Just saying.
We're thankful. I
And
hope
there's a
you're not
lot of them
successful.
out there there's a lot without homes, without that stability that every kid should have. And it's not because their parents are douchebags. It's because they just lost everything. So just imagine the whole region caught on fire and everybody's homeless. That's the way a lot of it is. That's why they need supplies to camp with. Because a lot of them, they're Appalachian. They're not leaving. I can
No.
guarantee you. I don't know if any damage was made or happened at tiny homes in Newport, but I guarantee you they're going to have an influx of business. I guarantee you the people that build Amish sheds, they're going to have an influx of business because I know how that area is. And
Yep.
that was popping up a lot. Um, a lot of people lived in those sheds that you see on the river. People have
Yeah.
converted them, lived in tiny homes. That's what they do.
You
They're
see so
mountain
many
folk.
of those anymore. It's not even funny. Like I see those all the time here in the mountains.
Hmm.
People. That's what DA lived in.
But if you're able-bodied, I would look into that field because you're going to be able to make some money, some very secure employment
Oh
working
yeah.
for anybody like that,
Yeah. Always.
and it's going to be for a good reason.
Hmm.
But like I said, there's actually a really good company right there in where was talking about where the factories are, and they have this big area where they stage the builds. Like I don't know if people know this, but Clayton Mobile Homes, there's like 4 or 5 different build factories around there.
Hmm.
So mobile home manufacturing is not a stranger around there. But these are like actual self-sufficient homes where they're built with self-composting, um, your own satellite, not satellite, but solar energy, that kind of thing. So basically, like I've seen them with wind turbines on the tops of the house. You know what I mean? Just to make
Yeah.
everything that comes in the house run.
Hell
And
yeah.
that's the way a lot of people are going these days is off grid, solar energy, solar batteries. Those would actually be very helpful in this situation.
Yeah.
Those battery companies, if they really wanted to get some help out there to people and help a lot of people that actually are customers to them, they need to throw
Hmm.
some premiums out there for these areas that are affected because it
Yep.
just takes a foldable fucking, um, like a little panel board the size of the battery, and you can plug it up and pull energy from the sun.
Yep.
You can plug it up to a generator, charge it fully, and it lasts longer than the generator.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you can plug it up to any house source or anything like that, and it'll fucking charge up. So you can plug it up to your alternator on your vehicle. That's all you got to do. Now, some of them ain't got vehicles, but they got the sun going.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They can be charged when they get brought to them, and then if they got 5 gallons of gas around that generator, 1 hour, that'll charge it up about a quarter. So about 5 hours worth on the generator, you could have a fully charged battery that'll charge a day.
Well, yeah.
And they're light, man. They're like 35 pounds.
It ain't bad.
No, like most, decent shape 20, 30, 40-year-olds, they should be able to at least hike a couple miles with like 2 or 3 on their back. I've hiked with over 100 pounds on. It hurt, but I shouldn't be feeling pain. Sorry, go ahead and play that.
Okay.
But Toyota Tacoma got swept away. That's the reason we need to get down to the house and see if they're still in the house or not.
My kids and my mom will be coming out to the interstate. I need you to grab them, please. Where are they at? They should be coming through the
4606, a tag truck.
Yep, that definitely was a first responder there while his family was being rescued as well.
Yep.
Sure
He
as
said,
it was.
they're on their way. Please grab them.
Yep.
But yeah, that's definitely Newport Scanner. But I mean, hell, I know most of those guys that were out there responding to them too. People don't realize how many helicopter rescues happened in that day, especially along the river, because that river, nobody knew it was coming, and it rose so fucking fast and high. It's never done that before, ever. No matter what the rain was, it's never done what it did, and it happened within 2-3 minutes, is what people were saying. The average. Some of them, if they were a little bit lower, took a little while. They were feeling a little bit of overflow, but they didn't get that rush. That rush is what really hit, man. That's what washed everything. And that was when everything slid. When everything slid, that's when everything came fucking coming down.
Well, one lady
Because
said
imagine adding all that dirt to those rivers. Imagine that, just on the sides of those slopes, that dirt hitting. It's going to push that water even harder and faster. Plus, it's going to mix dirt into it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just going to be very hard to deal with. Worst flash flood kind of situation. I think it's like the 2003, 2004 tsunami that hit Indonesia type thing. That's what it looked like to me. Like, that was crazy, man. It really was.
Yeah.
Most of the dams were about to malfunction. That's why they had to let the water go. If those dams all broke, oh, good Lord. I'm glad they didn't. Let's just say that, because that's a lot of water behind them.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that, dude. Like, that whole area would be gone. No matter what the town, no matter what the building was, it would be gone.
Penny Positive said, "Who has our back? We have our backs. We the people."
Yep.
Yes, Carol. How can we help them? Even one family at a time.
I made a post. I made a community post with it was a link that had all the areas that have been affected and the places to donate to directly help the area. It's on my channel. It's one of the last. It's just a Facebook link, but if you go to that, it will take you and it'll scroll through all of the Unicoi County, Cott County, Greene County, all the areas that have been affected. And a lot of the places to donate are fire halls, churches, Christian organizations, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's animal rescues that you can donate to. There's if you don't know about Appalachia, there's a lot of horses up there, and there's a lot of horses stranded on mountains where they can't get them off the mountain just yet, and they don't have any hay. They don't have any food. And it's getting where there ain't no grass. It's that time of year. So I know they're taking money and donations to help get hay to those. There's been a lot of dogs and animals rescued that don't have homes that they're taking care of. Like, there's many ways to help. Like I said, what was it, Bikes and Beards or whatever the name of the channel was?
Yeah.
They actually had links to a couple of places to help out, and then if you go to those links, they also have Amazon wish list. Like I said, you can they have the address posted of where they're going to go to, and the names, the organizations, and whenever you shop it and you buy it, it tells you where it's going to go to. So it's going directly there through the Amazon wish list. So a lot of it's camping equipment, blankets, coats. When I say camping equipment, if you ain't got electricity, you ain't got a way to cook a lot of times. If you ain't got a fireplace or something, wood burning stove. So, a lot of them's going to be using a Coleman, one burner kind of stuff, so they need the propane for that. They need the burner for that.
Yep.
And believe me, after the day I've spent most of my time looking into this, it's not very hard to find a good organization that's trying to help, because I said a little bit at the beginning that it's mainly the civilian sector and doing it and out there.
Robot. You're robot a little bit, brother.
Neither would I.
Does FEMA come and collect their donations? I don't know. I really I haven't. I've never seen FEMA collecting donations or anything like that. It's possible. I don't know. I've seen other organizations doing that.
Sure.
Kemper is having all kinds of issues, and he don't even realize it. He still thinks he's on. Daisy Joe said, I wouldn't give the Red Cross, Salvation Army, or FEMA. Back, brother? Hang on just a second. I'm going to show y'all. Got some more video. Can you hear us, Kemper?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You roboted and dropped off.
Yeah, I know. I was in a bad spot. I don't know why I hate it. Oh, here we go. I'm going to send this to you and let you play it.
All right. I'll play this one too.
I haven't heard the ding. Did it come through?
Huh?
Did it come through to you?
No, not yet.
You can let me on there.
What is it, babe?
A lot of those people are asking do not donate to a lot of the big organizations because
That's what we've been talking about.
they do not give to them. There is a lady on my Facebook and TikTok that just took a bunch of stuff down there. I'll put her information on there if y'all want to donate to her. She's actually lives in Georgia, Atlanta, and she's been taking stuff down there, and you can send it to her. She actually sells T-shirts on there. So I will here in a minute. I will put her on Jimbo's live so y'all can get in touch with her because she's doing something really amazing. She's been doing it for a while.
Kemper didn't come through yet, brother.
Jeremy, I'll send that to you. Like, she's really awesome. She's a Christian and she's been taking loads
Sorry.
down there.
Sorry, BGE. You can earn that paycheck and listening. That's cool. We're just glad you do this. Yeah, something came from you just then. Yep. Just a second. Yeah, it came through twice. Let me do this one. Share screen.
There's communities that were completely wiped out, and some of them are isolated, and so we're trying to get supplies to them.
The people they know have gotten their trailers stopped and raided, so you might want to prepare accordingly.
We know what they need, we know where to go. We just don't even know if we can get there yet. So I'm in Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee is fine. Nothing really happened. We got a lot of rain. We need a lot of rain, so we're fine. But a bunch of people in East Tennessee and the Asheville area, they got hit really, really hard. So like it's there's towns that don't exist anymore. So I'm working with Jimmy from Jimmy's World and Seth Alvo from Burn Peak. We're gonna load up some supplies, find out whatever supplies we can get. There's plenty of stuff here, and then run down there, and hopefully we can find a way in there so we can drop it off if we can. The problem is a lot of roads got just destroyed. So stay tuned. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Let's go. We're coming from central Middle Tennessee, and we probably have whatever you guys need. We need someone like you who's on the ground, who can distribute, because we don't know anybody or we don't know what's going on. But what are the things that everyone else is forgetting that we can grab?
Fuel, water, dry foods, or MREs, like something non-perishable to get to people. Something with pop tops too, because people don't have can openers. Definitely fuel right now. There is access to northern part of North Carolina from Tennessee, but not on the interstate. And actually on the other side, there's resources. So there's fuel, there's groceries, whereas in Asheville area, there's nothing right now. And so
Yes.
we're just going to use that.
Yes, this is Box and Beards channel.
It's a place to go gather resources and come back if we need to. So we can coordinate all our efforts together and get it figured out. So,
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
okay. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate
it. Dear God, I pray for the people in Asheville and all that got hit with the hurricane. Please keep us safe. Please let us be helpful. Let us be your servants and not get in the way. And please keep us safe and get us back to our families. Amen. Mr. Brock, what do you know?
Okay, it's been dangerous. They're robbing trucks and trailers.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, so we're talking really remote areas who don't have anything. A lot of these little cities, smaller cities, have not been reached yet. There's no communication, and they're desperate enough to they're literally hijacking vehicles.
So we need more guns.
Yes. Because the roads are out, there's not a straight way to get there. The roads are gone. And
right.
Once you get there, it's going to take you most of the day to get there.
Right.
Getting back here tonight is going to be difficult. So the next thing is you'll have to spend the night. Well, hotels are full. So just think about the compounding effect of all this.
Yeah, this might be a long night. This might be a real long night. Seth, what's up, man? We're in Atlanta. It took us through Atlanta. It's like the only way you can get there is got to go through Atlanta. What do you think? You think we should drop it off at 11, or should we come grab a place to stay the night and then do it in the morning?
To be honest, I know you're not scared, but you probably don't want to drive on some of those roads at night because sometimes there's entire parts of the road missing and they just put a traffic cone there. It's not going to be easy to get up from Atlanta to here. Most of the drive will be good. You might be perfectly fine, but you might have to take roundabout routes is what I'm saying.
Right.
So you might want to grab a place for the night and then continue in the morning.
Okay. All right, so we did not make it to the destination. We had to stop right outside North Atlanta. Plan is tomorrow, we'll wake up, grab some food, and then head to the drop-off point. Hopefully meeting up with Seth from Burn Peak. How's morale, Joe?
Still good.
Seth from Burn Peak is one of the ones I told you had a few videos up about his experience in it. The one
Seth.
Yeah, you'll see him later in the video. I watched his first, and then I seen this guy's, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I guess it was because I watched the first guy's, they, somehow tagged or whatever. But anyway, yeah, Like he shows this, and then that guy shows his experience in the floods and everything. It's pretty wild.
And we were in a lot of traffic. So the closer we get, we're seeing a lot of places with the power out. This place has diesel, everyone else didn't. And they're all out of gas, probably because everyone's getting gas for their generators. So we'll top off.
Wow. Yeah, me too, Penny. I subbed up too.
It's right there.
Okay.
I'll just
That's him.
Your first left.
Awesome.
We are in Edneyville, and as you go down to lower elevation, you got Chimney Rock, Lake Lure, basically Bat Cave, all these places that have been absolutely decimated. Don't go into those places. Like, first responders are going there, let them do their jobs. If you want to help, go to the outskirts with supplies, go to a firehouse or a church and figure out where to drop the stuff off. Like, don't do disaster tourism. This has ended up being sort of a hub for a lot of those places because they're all destroyed. This is the first place that you can get to. It's right next to Hendersonville. So we're kind of right on the edge of all the worst affected
Hendersonville
places
got
right now. And a lot of
smacked,
people,
too.
they're evacuating out of those.
Did it?
Yeah, really bad. Like Hot Springs got demolished. Like seriously, like there's so much devastation. People don't really.
Yeah.
I can't even fathom it. Even if I was there seeing it, I would be like, "What? No, I can't believe this."
Yeah.
Just still.
Those areas are ending up here.
Right.
The news keeps talking about Asheville, and Asheville got hit really, really hard, but these are lesser known communities, and because they have no cell phone reception, if they find an open gas station, they can't even buy gas for their generator because they don't have credit card access.
And even if when you go about an hour away from here, you can the supplies are getting really, really scarce. But they don't even have the access to get an hour away from here.
No. And if they can, they'll run out of fuel, and then they can't get more because they don't have cash, and they can't get cash because they can't go to an ATM. Their clothes are gone, their house is destroyed. There's trailer parks buried back there that have literally been washed away. I mean, it's real life. It's bad.
Everything's changing day by day, hour by hour,
Yeah.
right? So there might be a need now. What's the big need that you're hearing about people needing right now?
The biggest thing that people tell me is the internet. Like if you have a mobile Starlink, or you can disconnect your Starlink and just set it up someplace and put a sign at the side of the road, that's what people need. And so communication is the big one. And just stay out of first responders' ways. Gasoline, top foods, like don't bring cans that you need a can opener for because the can opener's gone. Personal hygiene items, all that stuff's going to be useful. And honestly, just things that are going to boost morale, like a brand new unopened stuffed animal or something is going to bring a smile to a kid's face, like during something a kid shouldn't have to deal with.
So if people want to help, come to this place.
Come to this place.
Or come to a place like this, but I know that there's access to this place. So you can come here, you can drop your stuff off right here. And they're here, what,
They're
8
from 8 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. So come here, drop stuff off. If you don't know where to drop stuff off, just go to Firehouse. Ask them because they're the ones doing the rescue. Stay the heck out of their way and ask them where you should be dropping off supplies because that's the best way to help. You can even bring cash. There are places that are doing business, selling whatever they have, and people can't get anything because they can't get to an ATM. If you bring cash, that's huge. They will distribute it to people for sure. But this is, dude, amazing. Like I met some of the people yesterday, and to actually meet people whose homes have been washed away or they saw their neighbor get washed away, it puts your own little problems into perspective.
Right.
It really does.
Yeah,
this is
we
huge.
sure
The fact that you
can.
guys came here with gas cans full of gasoline, and yeah, it's
People
just,
don't get it.
So how does the stuff?
You know what I mean?
No,
I'm just saying. You know what he said. Whenever you see this kind of thing happen, what's happening on your 9 to 5 ain't so fucking big anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wild.
Get from here, get out.
Well, a lot of people come here to pick it up. People who actually need it, like the end user will come here to pick it up. And then there are other people that they're working with that know where to bring it. You know, there are shelters. They're bringing it to shelters. People are literally coming here. I need baby formula. Where can I get it? And they hand it to them. And you can tell by the looks in their faces when they actually need it.
I think we quadrupled their baby formula supply.
Yeah, I think you did. That was a lot of baby formula. And the reason that there wasn't a lot of baby formula is people are coming here for it.
Right.
Like, we're both parents. We know, like, could you imagine when you have a newborn and your whole life has been turned upside down, running out of baby formula and having no cash and no place to even get it from? And then when you do get there, they're all out of it. Even the grocery store by me is not open. Gas stations still have huge lines, and then they run out. And then when they get refilled, they run out again. Everything we brought here yesterday seems to be gone already. And so I know this hub is working.
That's awesome.
They're here late and they're here early.
Listen, I know you're busy. You got stuff to do. You got people to go check on.
Dude, we both do. thank you for coming out. Like, seriously.
Yeah, thanks for giving us. We need a place to go. Like,
Yeah.
thanks for telling us where to go.
Totally.
You'll have to
Guys, we got back yesterday, and now they've got a different need, and we're loading back up. We're taking some of the seats out of Klaus. We're gonna stack everything up real tall. We're a little leaner and meaner. If we can run without it, we save a whole lot of fuel. So we can stop less. I just got a text from Seth, and they're asking for propane and lunch meats. So people are getting hungry, and we're trying to figure out how to get them some food. I also want to see if I can get some like stuffed animal toys that we can give to like the little kids. So they got something to hold on to. I got little kids, they love stuffed animals. I'm gonna have a link. I'm still collecting the data. I'm gonna have some information of how you guys can help, because it's not as simple as just running down there. We don't really. We're not even going to the really, really bad places. We're going to the outskirts of those bad places, the kind of places that are getting forgotten. But the really bad places, they're retrieving a lot of bodies. And we got to get going. The plan is to get back tonight. Also, we keep on hearing about that there are people robbing and hijacking people who are coming in to bring products and to bring relief. I can assure you, if that happens to us, they're going to wish they picked somebody else.
You got that? So we just got about $2,200 worth of deli meats, bread.
I love it.
We're gonna go try to grab that propane, a bunch of coolers, and we got a bunch of ice.
That's going to rescue workers. They're just distributing that everywhere. So that's huge. Butane and propane, they can use them all, and they have them all. They just, that's what they have, and that's what they use.
I bought a bunch of hot dogs. We'll buy a bunch more hot dogs. We buy burgers and burger buns.
I mean, who's going to turn that down?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
You know?
All right, cool. I'll let you know the ETA when we have one.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, later. All right, so it's about noon. We got Klaus about as loaded up as we could get him with all this stuff. We got a lot of stuff. Hopefully they really like this. It's really good. Hopefully it helps help somebody out. We got to move because they said they're going to close the drop-off facility at 6. And according to roads keep on changing. That's why it's getting real goofy. But the roads that we can go on are constantly being closed, shut down, and some more roads are being open. So hopefully we make it there in good time. What do you think, Joe?
I think we should make really good time.
Yeah.
We got a lot of stuff.
We do.
Let's get everybody fed.
We will make it home tonight, even if tonight is 5 in the
Green
morning.
County was in pretty hard. It's right next to
Next Saturday.
Unicoi.
We'll drop off this load of stuff.
I was going to say Green County is right next to Unicoi, it's all right there at the bottom of the mountains. So I'm sure Green County got knocked out a little bit too.
Even if it's on the side of the road, it's getting delivered to North Carolina. North Carolina will get this stuff. It's like you think that's a river. That was Main Street. Everybody's probably house right there. Sorry.
Yeah, they got their burn pits.
Yep. There they are. You can see the river receding and stuff too, but you know what? Like, look how big that river is, and imagine that raging at about 10 times that normal size.
Filling that whole gorge that's washed out.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where it was at.
The bird piles.
Y'all trying to get us in?
You came from there?
Do you have another route to get through? We're trying to get down.
All right, cool. Thanks so much.
I'd let everybody know.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
2 tractor trailers decided to take on this road? Yeah. There's no way. Of course they're going to get stuck. Every single turn they're going to get stuck. I heard it's not looking good up there.
Are you planning on going all the way through?
We were hoping.
About it.
Can't get all the way through.
Those trucks are still up there?
2 tractor trailers down there.
Is there a spot up here that widens up to turn around?
Yeah, you can turn around that there.
If we head back and we just go back down Lower Paint Creek Road, but we just have to turn around and go take a little longer.
Don't go too far though. We just got to find a place to turn around, and it's nothing's looking that good, to be honest. So on one side we got a wall, on the other side we got a drop like this. And up here it looks like it's not drop anymore.
Nice. Might be a spot up here.
This was blocked off. All we need is just a little tiny trail. We got cars coming. All right.
That's half the roads in Cott County right there. Swear to God.
Do what?
I said that's half the roads in Cott County right there. And most of them run along a river of some type.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I had highlighted just in Nana Kim had Kemper. What about Maryville?
I'm sure they got some runoff. I don't know how bad they got it because they're a little bit north or whatever. Yeah. Are they north? Yeah, they're north. But yeah, man, I'm pretty sure if somebody was living next to a waterway, they probably felt it.
Oh, yeah.
In any of those mountains. Like, I guarantee it was already flooding out because you're talking about 4 days worth of 8 to 10 inches, man. Like, Like when it's
Yeah.
dropping that hard, that's pretty fucking. That's hurricane shit.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Guys, we're kind of back in the same park, and this should get us to North Carolina. And hopefully, there's no semi trucks that try to do this.
Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Watch this shit.
Let's say we couldn't get across this.
They
You
get
know
your
how
house
much one of
out.
those 40-foot? You know how much one of those 40 feet shipping containers cost? I mean, weighs.
Oh yeah, it's like a railroad car. There was quite a few railroad cars that got warped,
Yeah.
smacked around. Yep, out there in Del Rio.
That's possible.
Yep. And that water just picked it up and throw it.
What some people don't realize about this water, it don't matter if it's on the mountain or down in the valley. This water here is usually about 40, 45 degrees all the fucking time.
Yeah.
All the time. So all these people, not only were they fighting water and current, they were fighting temperature. That should have given you hypothermia.
Yep.
So yeah, it's
Call you numb
not the
up.
best warm fucking water you could think of at all. I guarantee you that.
Lord, no.
Crazy, potentially reckless, but this, we can't get across that. All right, now we got to backtrack by about 40, 45 minutes, and we got to find a place we can turn around. We're running out of daylight.
And this is just the outskirts.
Yeah.
That's the bad part. That's what people don't understand. This ain't the real affected zone. This is just where part of it flooded. It's not where it fucking warped a town, wiped it off the map kind of shit.
And he
This
said
is
they got to
down
go
in the-
back 45 minutes just to turn around.
Right. And they're in Green. They're probably down in Camp Creek area or just following that area. They're trying to go around to North Carolina to the more affected side that doesn't have supplies, because one of your main areas to supply a place like all those little towns is Asheville. Asheville got whacked. They didn't have those supplies. So they're having to bring it in. Like the Tennessee side, it's a little bit more accessible from the Tennessee side with Knoxville and stuff right there. You can bring in supplies. So, and that's why they're doing this. They're not just doing it to go play. They're doing it to try to help the other side, to help them get a little bit more supplies, if that makes sense. So, to get where they're going, they're having to go through Greene County and Unicoi, and yeah, a lot of it looks exactly like Cott County. A lot of it does, especially these
Hey.
little side roads that are tree covered with the canopies over them and stuff. Yeah.
Daisy Joe wants to know, is it anywhere near Tina and Xander?
Tina and Xander's in Maryville area. They lived on a creek, so I'm sure they probably had to go to high ground, but they might have already been there before it happened. I know she's been posting, and I didn't see too much from her. So, and you know, Tina, a natural disaster hit her fucking property. She's gonna post about it. By God.
Yeah.
Well, good news is now we're driving forward. That's good. All right, so
That could be
we're back. We learned two
Nolichucky.
ways how not.
That could be the Nolichucky. I don't know. I'm not sure.
The what?
The Nolichucky. That's the one that destroyed Irwin, Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's one of the dams that had an overflow going on real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get to North Carolina. That way up there and that way up here. We probably wasted about an hour and a half doing it. Joe, you got a plan?
Nope.
Okay.
It won't give us directions, no server. Get to the 70 and at least find out for ourselves. That's the next major highway, our best shot. North Carolina's trying to keep us out.
If it was up to me, I'd say we turn back around. You can't stop Klaus. Klaus won't let us turn back around. So we're doing this. All right. I just got a text from Seth. And I don't think we're going to do it tonight. I'll get you an address to drop stuff off. We got blocked on several roads trying to get up there for over an hour and nobody's picking up their phone.
We're still trying to find a route there, scope it. We're going to get up to 26, and they give us the route.
See that power line right over us?
Holy cow.
Dude, they got close to us.
That got real close.
Statewide, there are some 280,000 customers still without power.
Yeah,
So
Hot
if you're
Springs
in
got
need of food,
demolished. They definitely got demolished. You're on the highway that takes you to Hot Springs, but to actually get to Hot Springs, you have to go down the mountain. So once you get off the exit, you go down a little ways. So I don't think they show the actual city of Hot Springs. But like I said, they're going the back way to into North Carolina to these affected areas.
and water. Help is coming in from all over the country. Distribution sites are coming online each day. As far as search and rescue, that is ongoing. Hundreds of people are still unaccounted for. Pinder says landslides that washed out bridges are hindering crews.
We know we have pockets of people who are isolated due to landslides and bridges out.
Boil water advisory is in effect until further notice.
You guys looking for some stuff?
Yeah.
We got some. What up, Seth?
Now that's heartwarming to see all that stuff.
We did it, Joe. We did it. We did it, Sean. We did it. 8.5 hours. They were pumped. They were so pumped. You know what? I really think they were pumped about the propane.
Yeah.
And the Squishmallows.
The Squishmallows and Hot Wheels, that's what it was.
Squishmallows.
We just got back this morning at 3 o'clock. Drove all night long. Wanted to get back. Me and Joe needed to get back to our families. We told our wives we were gonna be home at 5 o'clock for dinner time. That didn't happen. I don't know. You know, my wife was texting me and calling me, and she's like, I'm reading all this stuff online, and they're saying this, and this, and I don't know what's going on over there. All I can tell you is my experience of what was happening. And one, the community is coming together. People are helping people. That's all I saw. The churches were totally stepping up, letting people use their facilities. Most of the churches there were being used as a hub to distribute everything else out. The fire station's the same thing. Just people helping people out. That's all I saw. It was also my experience that it was extremely hard to get in to North Carolina, to that area of North Carolina. Now, we never got into the actual Asheville part. We were around it. And there was a lot of bad stuff was happening, and it's not the focus of the major players, but they still needed help. The other thing was GPS was completely giving us wrong information. We were, there was one moment that you saw that we went 45 minutes on a dirt road that was supposed to take us to where we needed to go, and it was blocked off. If we were towing a trailer, we'd still be there, because there's no possible way that we'd be able to turn around or back up a windy road like that with a trailer. And then the road that we needed to be on, GPS was telling us, don't go on this road. It's blocked, big red line. You can't go on it. As soon as we get on it, it was the nicest, cleanest. There wasn't a leaf on this road. It was perfectly clean. So I think there's something going on where GPS is trying to keep the truckers off. But then the truckers are getting on the road that they shouldn't be on. I'm not sure why it's happening, but roads were constantly becoming open, and then roads becoming shut off because something was blocked. So just figure, if you're going to go in there, I'll talk about how you can help later, in a second. But just like you have to adapt very, very fast. One, there's still a lot of hurting people in there. There's still people who are trapped, and I think we're gonna look back and see this is one of the most catastrophic hurricanes in the past 20, 30, 40 years. So they're still in a lot of need, and over the next couple of weeks, this is as normal as how it is. We all stop noticing it. The news is not really talking about it very much, and we all go back to our regular lives. They're definitely going to need your help. The community's really stepping up. I even heard on the radio that a local well drilling company. So everyone's needing water. People are bringing water. That's awesome, but then it's getting used up so fast because they need water for everything. That a local well drilling company was like, well, they went to a church and they went to a school and they just drilled a new well, and they tapped into the underground water, which is still clean. They put a filtration system on it. Bam! That well they drilled in a day is providing tens of thousands of gallons to the community. So they're just going to keep on drilling wells. This is really cool stuff. Our original goal, the first time going down there, was to see if we could make it down there and to bring some supplies. The next time, I saw a need. We had the time. We wanted to bring some more supplies. We will probably go down again and do more. And I'm probably going to be asking for you guys for some help and so we can get more stuff. But I haven't figured that out yet. If you guys want to help, there's five things that you can do that are very important. And this is based off of my experience of going down there and talking to people.
Here you go.
One, prayer. you can pray. Prayer is important. Prayer is real. 2, the easiest thing you could possibly do is just if you can donate money. Don't donate money to me. I don't want your money. I recommend Wings of Compassion. That's Jimmy from Jimmy's World. That's his organization. He made that a couple years ago. Every dollar.
You see the link is in the description. I'm going to put the link to this video in the description too, so y'all can have that. So you can reference this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the money. None of it goes to him. Every dollar goes to helping people out. That's what I want to see. There's no bureaucratic nonsense. All the money goes to help people out. There'll be a link below. He's raising money for that too. I know Jimmy personally, and I know that's a legitimate thing, and that all the money, every penny you send to there is going to go to someone to helping someone out, like in real time. 2, if you want to bring stuff, if you want to collect stuff, see the surrounding area is getting exhausted because all the stuff got destroyed in that one area. An hour out, 2 hours out is getting exhausted. There's no gas. They're missing a lot of stuff. So if you live 3, 4, 5 hours away, all the stuff is available. And now that the dock worker strike is not a thing anymore, everything should be available. So if you want to help, if you want to bring stuff, connect with a local, connect with your local group, your church, whatever, and then connect with an organization or another church or a firehouse or a company that's on the ground. Find out what they need. Don't just assume that they need something. Find out what they need. Contact them and say, hey, we got a group, we got a church. We want to help you guys out. How do we help you guys out? Okay, you need this, and this, and then get the stuff. And then with the least amount of vehicles, rent a U-Haul truck, whatever. Go down there and drop them off at the place, and just assume that it might be hard for you to get down there. You might think it's going to take 3 hours. It might take 9. Don't take away from their resources. So don't need gas within 2 hours of the area that you're going. Don't need food within 2 hours of the area that you're going. Bring gas, bring your own food, and it's going to take a lot longer than what you think it is going to be to get there. If you want to do even more, if you want to personally get boots on the ground and help, this might be controversial, but this is what I'm going to tell you. Go. There's radio stations there. There's a radio station, I forget what it was, Kiss FM, or there's some, go online, find the local big radio station. And they've got radio guys on there 24/7. And it's kind of the central hub for all this information. So listen for a couple hours. If you have enough time to go try to help out, you have enough time to listen and prepare for a couple hours, listen to what the needs are. And then call in and say, hey, I'm coming from this place, and they're giving phone numbers right on there on the air, and call in and make a contact with someone and say, this is what I can do. How can I help? Don't just show up and think that you're just gonna find people. You might get in the way by doing that. And the last thing you want to do is become a victim yourself, which now you're taking resources from someone else. They got to help you, or you could get hurt. But listen to the radio station. People are calling in saying, this is my need. My grandma needs this, or they need a generator here, or whatever. And then people are calling in on the other side saying, I can help. Connect me with that person. Or this is what I can bring. We have a well at our house, or whatever, you know what I mean? And they're making those contacts. So it's very, very valuable. I would definitely check out one of those radio stations before you jump in your car and just start traveling. Also, we might be making another trip down there.
99.9 Kiss FM is one of those radio stations.
Cool.
Yeah. I know a lot of them are doing it, but that's one of the specific ones. Because I watched a video earlier and they were talking about it, and that's how they knew to go down and what to do when they got there.
Heck,
they were on one of those supply deliveries.
Where's that station out of?
Huh?
Where's that station out of?
I'm not sure what town it's in. I know it's in North Carolina.
Okay.
So I would venture to say probably, I know it's a country station, but it's probably from Asheville or somewhere close to Asheville.
Okay.
I do know that WLIK in Newport has been a hub for a lot of information for people for resources in that area. So if you're in East Tennessee area and you need information like that, I know you can get it from there. A friend of mine, Kelly, he's a DJ up there. He has been for a while, and I know that's what he's been purposely doing from up there, is trying to hook people up with the resources. Same place that it's been like that for, I want to say it's been there for 70 years, but I might be wrong about that. But yeah, like that's the way it's always been. It's been a information hub, not really there for the music for most people. It's there for the football games, for high school football games, and then church information, church gatherings, local things, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, it goes with the territory with them.
Mm-hmm.
We might need your help. We might need to load up more supplies to see what people need. And there might be some, I know for a fact, there's some very skilled people out there. We might need your help. So I'll reach out on the community post on YouTube. I'll reach out on the super secret text group. The number is below if you want to join that. And let's keep on praying for these people. They need our help. They need our help. Let's try to give it to them.
That's a heck of a video, brother. Heck of a video. And hats off to that group, that channel. Thank you. I hope you don't track us for that. But we will, include the link in the description, and keep doing what you're doing. Seem to be pretty successful at it, and doing good things. I mean, it's people like that make a difference in the world, man.
It sure is. Did you hear Dolly do her song redo of Jolene when she was at the Walmart in Newport?
That's the video you sent me earlier?
Yeah, where she's singing Jolene but using the word Helene.
I haven't pulled it up yet. Let's play it.
You should. It's pretty cool. I like what she did. And she's from right next door. See, Sevier County, that's like Sevier and Blount County, that's the Maryville area, Seymour, that kind of shit. Then you get over to Gatlinburg. Like Gatlinburg, they didn't get hit really hard. Their rivers flooded pretty bad, but they didn't get hit like the other areas did. But I do know, like, across the mountain from Cosby, which is where Gatlinburg sits, that's where Hartford is. And then across that mountain is where you have Del Rio. Del Rio sits in between that mountain and where Hot Springs sits. And they're all on the river. It's crazy. Like, I'd be willing to bet that Hot Springs Spa took a hit. That place I told you to go to.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I told you to go sit and soak in the spas.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the place. It sits on the river right there, and Spring Creek feeds it. So,
damn.
Well.
Helene, 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 you came in here and broke us all apart. Helene, 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 but we're all here to mend these broken hearts. These are my people. These mountain-colored rainbows, these are my people, and this is my home. Today, I wanted to announce that from myself personally, just from my own bank account, I'm donating $1 million today, but also with my Dollywood companies and all the people I'm involved with Dollywood and Eugene and all of the partners that we have with our Stampede, and of course the Pirates Voyage, and of course the Dollywood Foundation. And we've added another $1 million to that. Helene, 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 Helene.
I like the song, and I love the fact that she's giving $2 million back.
Mm-hmm.
Dolly Parton's always took care of her people and the mountain. And I mean, she is born and bred and loves that place.
Well, it don't matter if you go to Gatlinburg Pittman, it don't matter if you go to Sevier County High. If you were a senior in high school, you don't pay for your cap and gown. You don't pay your senior dues. You don't pay for none of that. Dolly always does.
Nice.
Yeah, she's done that for years and years and years. She also helps fund a reading program around there. Like, she's all about taking care of her people. So it was literally the night before she went to Walmart, because I'm in a lot of the local groups there in Newport, and a lot of the local groups were talking about how some celebrity was supposed to show up at Walmart and how the governor was already there, so it couldn't be him and all that kind of stuff. But literally the night before, me and my buddy, which he lives in Parrotsville, and me and him were talking, and I was like, "Where's Dolly Parton, man? Like, she's always showing up." And then the next day, there she was. I was like, "That's the coolest shit in the world."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like but she is like the hillbilly hero, bro. She really is. And she's classy like Betty White, so you can't knock her. She's one of the coolest chicks ever.
Let's see. I want to show you this video. This is one of the ones Live Thankful sent me. Let's see.
Yes, she did, Love and Grace. She absolutely did. And that fire was just what, 2016, I think? 2017, something like that. And it took out a lot of that Gatlinburg Smoky Mountain National Park area. Chimney Rock, or actually Chimney Tops, not Chimney Rock, Chimney Tops. They got scorched, like so many acres of land. Private, it didn't matter. It just took everything out.
Yeah.
All of those cabins and homes there in Gatlinburg built on the sides of the mountains just went up in flames. Like, it was so bad and had gotten so, like, it started stretching into Cosby, and then Rocky Top and Del Rio caught fire, so it was doing its own burning. Like, you could see it glowing at night, and you could get the embers from the Gatlinburg fires falling down around you. You could see them falling down at night. It was crazy. Sad.
Yep. On October 8th, 2024, 10 a.m., a beautiful local church hosted the mule team on their property last night and sent them off this morning with a heartfelt group. I guess those guys went rescue and search on their mules and horses. It's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was going to say, I know Cajun Navy 16 or 2016 or whatever it is, 2014. But anyway, they posted video of another group that had gotten theirs, and they, like, dude, there's just one of this guy. He just, like, it was a group showing up with supplies to this old lady that hadn't seen anybody in 8 days.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty wild. They came back with more supplies for her, and yeah, it was even better. Totally good stuff. It just that people just don't realize, though, there's a lot more of those people in those mountains that nobody's getting to yet. That's what that guy from the other channel was telling him. He's like, don't go into these zones. That's where they're doing search and rescue right now. Let them do their work. Don't go in there being a disaster tourist, that kind of thing. And it's true, because that's the people that are cut off now. They need to get to them.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot more stories come out. A lot more needs need to be met, though. And if you can do your part, please do.
Yep.
Like I said, I did make a community post with a link that really does cover a lot of both sides of that mountain, with the local charities that are actively trying to help boots on the ground, that are their neighbors, their friends that are affected. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be one of the best ways to do it. That, or Samaritan's Purse, or Shower Up, or even Old Smoky. I think they're doing they're helping with Mountain Ways, which Mountain Ways is who Dolly Parton teamed up with and helped donate with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. I couldn't get those other two videos to come up, Live Thankful. One of them wants me to sign in on X, and I can't from my computer right now because I can't remember the password. So I'm going to change that password to log into my computer. Then I have to do it on my phone and all that. But And the other one said that unavailable for me, so I don't know. But anyway, thank you for sending those and sharing them with us. We, we take for granted every day, Kemper. That even through hard times, we take for granted that the things that are good.
We take for granted just being able to walk into our rooms and
small
our
things like
homes
going
turn on
to
a light.
Yeah. Or you indoor plumbing.
Right. Flushing the
Just
toilet, brushing your teeth.
small things that we've been doing forever that we think nothing of it. Yeah, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, just laying in a warm bed at night.
Yep.
That
even having a bed.
some people who do work and who do provide still don't have, or still have jerked away from them in situations like this. And there ain't no magic wand you can wave and fix everything, make everybody's house come back, loved ones back. So it has to be our friends and family first and foremost who come to our aid, or we go to their aid. It has to be, because those are the people that really should care about. Which goes back to that thing that they showed about, the $157 million to another country. We should take care of us first and foremost, in my opinion. I mean, all that tax money ain't mine, but maybe a few dollars of it might have been.
Yeah, but it's still the point, man. Like, I know I did. I was just sitting here thinking about it. I did share the link to that interview that Jeremy Faison did, the guy, the state representative. He's
Yeah.
also a member of Crossroads Church, which is one of the main people. They're the ones, remember me talking about the storage facility, 45,000 square feet?
Yep.
That's actually his church that needs that storage to be able to use. And so they're, for the supplies and handing them out and storing them and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, he's on the ground. He knows what's pretty much going on. He's dealing with it too. And he pretty much said that the FEMA's being knuckleheads. And like I said, that's his version of me saying motherfuckers.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's not that kind of guy. He's a preacher, that kind of thing. So, yeah. I'm sorry, but you got Elon, you've got even a guy I personally know. You got all these people saying the same thing. It's happening. You can't deny it. Instead of trying to cover it up and play like it's not happening, why don't you just do something to help? Fucking bullshit.
Yep. Sure as hell is. Buddy,
yep.
I was trying to keep it around 2 hours now. We're about 2.5 hours right now. So I'm going to try to work 2 shifts tomorrow.
Get it?
So before I get confused on the schedule, tomorrow's Wednesday. We usually take Wednesday off, right?
Right.
All right. So when we come back, it'll be on Thursday. Unless something prompts us to come back tomorrow. I plan on trying to take some time, when between work shifts and when we're not live here, and put together some links and videos of just people telling their stories. And I mean, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. But I don't know. I hate that the tragedy pimps are down there trying to film people at their weakest moments.
Yeah.
To try to for content, and that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what we're trying to do. We really just want to help You know, we ain't asking for any money for us, for no monetization, like nothing. Just, you know, and we plan on keep continuing to provide with as many reputable links as we can. Kemper's really checked into it and narrowed down some really good ones, and Live Thankful gave us some. So a lot of people who have been involved with rescues and that type of stuff for years will stand behind certain organizations, and that says a lot for them too. So just
I was going to say, if you want to see those, the homesteading channel that I was talking about earlier, the guy's name is the guy, huh?
You have a link for it? I'll drop it in here.
Here, let me send it to you. Yeah, his name is Justin Rhodes. The guy that worked for him and had moved there and been there for a week, his name was Austin Cheney. But they were right from the Asheville area.
Justin Rhodes and Austin Cheney. Mark Ellis sent me a link showing that Afghan national arrested for plotting ISIS-inspired election day attack on the U.S. We might talk about that Thursday. It's pretty wild.
I think you should have it now. Yep, that's
Justin's. Justin Rhodes. All right.
Yep, and then I'll just do Austin's too.
Here is Justin Rhodes' link. Nan Kim was going to grab it. Sorry. Thank you, Nan Kim, for offering. I didn't see that, or I said, go ahead and grab it. But yeah, there's the link. You said Justin Rhodes. What was the other fellow's name?
I just sent you the link to his channel. He's actually the videographer for Justin Rhodes. He's the one that moved on to the farm with Justin to help, work at the farm and work at the channel and that kind of stuff. And then a weekend they get flooded out. So.
And this is Austin Cheney. This is his channel right here.
He just started his channel not long ago, from what I understand.
Okay. So the first one I put in was Justin Rhodes, which is, you can see their YouTube tag is at the Justin Rhodes house.
It used to be called Justin Rhodes Homestead, or the Rhodes Homestead, sorry, but you know how channels do sometimes, they change names and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And the other one's at Austin.Cheney. But yeah, and that wasn't Justin Rhodes' house, Justin Rhodes' show. Okay. Yeah, that's
but they both have videos of floods at the farm, and then like Austin's is more of like him and his family trying to leave the area and what they had to go through to get out and what their experiences were. There's another one. This couple were visiting Asheville as it was flooding and got stuck there. And it's pretty wild. Like them having to go from place to place and different high grounds to keep from being flooded out and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Fluffy, I didn't see it earlier, Fluffy. I am sorry. But thank you for gifting 5 memberships to the stand. We effing love you for that.
Thank you.
You know we effing love you for that. Well, thank you, Rosemary J. We love you too. Y'all are good people, no matter what Kemper tries to tell me. Y'all are good people.
Don't get me in trouble.
Hey, you do enough of that on your own, 52-year-old.
You're about to catch up in a few months. You're going to catch up in a few months. Be careful.
I will be, yeah, but only for a month. Or you. All right. Well, let's come back Thursday night and do it again. What do you say? Until then, I am Jimbo.
And I'm Kemper.
We're coming to you live from the stand.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, Oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? For just how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up. Let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.